Hi there, I'm Kat with Artisan Designs by Kat. The whole theme of my YouTube channel is going to be let's see what happens. I have a lot of different hobbies, a lot of different things that I do. The first one I'm going to be talking to you about is my soaping. And my cat that's trying to attack my camera. Please leave the camera alone, kitty. I want to talk about the different oils. I'm not going to talk about the different properties. I'm going to talk about well, the addiction that happens with oils and things like that. Whenever you start any kind of hobby, you tend to get into it a little more and more as you go, and yeah, it just kind of goes down a path that maybe some people aren't willing to go. So back away from this if you're not willing to go there. Otherwise, just jump right in with me, okay? And Carmel, who's up on this counter now. Okay, whenever I first started, I watched a whole lot of YouTube channels trying to figure out which oils to use, which suppliers to get. Say hi, Carmel. Hello. Down off the counter. Okay. Anyway, I have, at first, when you start, you can go to your local grocery store. Get little bitty amounts of things like, castor oil to help with the bubbles, sweet almond oil, little 6 ounces here or there. You might move up to 17 ounces of olive oil. A little bit of vitamin E oil at the health food store. I found this little piece of beeswax that I thought I was going to use. Then I found Starville, and I got this size of shea butter, cocoa butter. There are 1.5 pounds each. The next thing I know, that's not enough, because I just can't stop soaping. I love the colors, I love creating things, and so it just kind of grows from there. This point, you might want to section off a small room, take over the dining room, whatever you need to do just to satisfy the space for all of this. I'm thinking maybe a storage room, buying a storage room, renting one. That might be a good thing, but the oils might get a little hot, so I don't know. Just maybe take over the grandkids' room now. I have moved up. Now, this is my avocado oil. It's 7 pounds. I have my 7 pounds of castor oil. I'm starting to freak out because it's getting a little low. I'm going to need some more of this. Just a comparison, starting. Yeah, here we go. Then, like I said, you start with the olive oil. This is just 17 ounces. And then we move up to 7 pounds. Before you know it, you've moved up to a 35-pound container of olive oil. Getting the muscles going. I use a lot of lard in mine. I think it makes a nice creamy soap. Nice bubbles, hard. Start with a 1 pound container, maybe from the grocery store. Then I found this size and I was really excited. It is, well, read the right side, 8 pounds. That didn't last very long. Next thing I know, yeah, it's a 50-pound container of lard. Okay, building my way up. Getting the burn. My little bitty amount of beeswax turns into this big container from Supper's Choice. They smell, oh, it smells so good. It's hard to see at this angle. And smell-o-vision just isn't here, but I just want to lay in it and roll in it because it's just I just love the smell of beeswax. These containers of cocoa butter, shea butter, have turned into Essential Depot's 5 pounds of organic, unrefined shea butter, as well as Supper's Choice shea butter. Use a lot of this stuff. And also my cocoa butter. Large amounts of packages. Let's see what it looks like. I got the kind for eating, so if I ever decided to make white chocolate, which I adore, I'll be able to use it for that too. And it smells good too. Yummy, yummy. I wouldn't suggest eating it like it is now, though. That's not cool. Oh, essential oils. Okay, you start with these little bitty bottles and you think, oh, that's a lot. No, it's not. Whenever you make a soap, even in like a 5-pound loaf mold, like the mold I showed the first time, it's going to take a couple of ounces almost. So you're going to start with these, making smaller amounts, small batches, and before you know it, you're ordering this. This is 2.2 pounds of frankincense oil. I buy powders like chamomile powder, calendula powder, and even calendula flowers. Normal people do not buy this big of a package of anything. We're not normal. Embrace it. Vitamin E oil. Yeah, start with this at the local health food store. Work my way up to this. You can see the snowballing that's going on and why the suggestion of spare rooms. Maybe suggest your husband or yourself, if you're crafty, you might be able to build on a small room onto the side of the house, maybe a lean-to, but I'm going to suggest fully, maybe even a whole kitchen shop outside. That would probably be better. Keep it all away from the rest of the family. Oh, well, I'm going to leave that for last. The next thing you're going to get into, this and this. No, not for drinking. My plan is to make a wonderful soap with this. And we're going to see how that works out. My whole motto, let's see what happens. Yeah. An amaretto soap. Can't think of anything better. Also, I have this wonderful Everclear. And no, I don't drink it. It is, oh, let's see, 190 proof. You can use it to make translucent soaps. And also recently I found out that I'm starting wood turning. And so I'm using it in a sanding sealer. So I call it my 190 proof sanding sealer. Let's see, what else do we, goat's milk. You can buy this, goat's milk in the store, in the can, easy to use. You can pour it into your ice cube trays and freeze it. Use them kind of frozen, so otherwise if you use it in that way, when you put the lye in it, it's not going to burn it and turn it like this caramely, crystally color because, yeah, I did that too. I just went with it, had a caramel fragrance. It worked. Next, I want a goat. I live in the city. Things might get complicated. We're not authorized to have goats, but I'm thinking if I get a really, really small one, put a little cattail on it, maybe it'll work. Oh, and the last thing I wanted to show you is, you know how I've gone up the scale from coconut oil? I've got this coconut oil. I moved up to the 8 pounds of coconut oil. Next thing. Oh. This is my coconut oil now. And it is, 50 pounds. People, I think I need help. I need you to send more oils to me. I think I'm running out. Thank you. And let's see what happens with all this.